everybody, Leftie here. I am coming at you today with a game called Doki Doki Literature Club. There is another game that I'm going to get back to, and I do promise about that. The Hellblade Siwani's Sacrifice. I do promise I will get back into that. But the reason why I decided to jump into this game today is because I decided to look at some horror games on Steam to see if there was anything that jumped out at me that I'd like to play for Halloween. And this is actually labeled a horror game. And in the very beginning, it did give us a warning about unsuitable material for certain ages. So we're actually going to check this game out and see what that is all about. So let's get to it. So you guys know I started recording this and then I ended up alt-tabbing out to check something and realized the darn thing wasn't getting the images because I alt-tabbed out earlier. So guess what? Now I'm doing this whole little part again. Luckily I didn't get that far, so I'm just gonna do it again. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. What a moron! That girl is Yuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I'm the oversleeper, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sign, idle in front of the crosswalk, and let Sayori catch up to me. Whatever that sound is. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Oh, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. I pretty much was. That's mean, Leftie. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something, even though I'm the freak. You're the weirdo, and that's worse, maybe. I have no idea. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori, you're obviously not taking the hint that I'm an awful person. Her weird laughter. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the street becomes increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Leftie, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. No, I didn't. Where are you getting that? Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be joining a club because I didn't have a lot of transportation back in the day, which is why I really didn't get into clubs. I had no transportation. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Well, I obviously know how to socialize. I made friends with you, didn't I? Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. I have no idea what NEET means. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. I could make you not worry about me if you just died. Apparently this is gonna get awful, and I'm looking forward to it. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. I'll try a little, but I don't guarantee picking a club. Yeah! Her spastic yays. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. For some odd reason, I saw ease as, like, eager or something else, and I was confused. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. What was the point of this whole transitional scene? After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. But I find none, and I immediately fall asleep and dream of going home and playing video games. Clubs! Sawyer wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. Well, this is my own club. I claim this club the land of me, the Leftie Club. Only lefties are allowed, and since it's so rare, there's only a few of us. Like me, and that weird guy in the corner. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Right, that was the invitation you needed. There we go. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Go away, please. Understand that I do not want to be your friend. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Oh, meanie. I am a meanie. Get away. Go somewhere else. Jump out the window or something. I don't know. The window's on the ground floor. You're gonna just jump out of it and run home. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had an interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I used to read all the time, and the one book series that I read the most when I was little was Harry Potter, of course. And I didn't find Harry Potter until I was in 6th grade, and it had been out for a couple of years since then. And my 6th grade teacher is actually the one who gave me the first Harry Potter book, because she knew I was interested in reading. And if we forgot a book during our reading time, we had to go get one from her. And she ended up basically she mentioned that she was sure I had read Harry Potter. And I was like, Harry who? And she immediately was like, you got to read these. And she gave me the very first book, and I fell in love. So I really do thank my 6th grade teacher for that. I think she actually passed away a few years after that. I honestly don't remember, and I wish I remember her name, but yeah, that was awesome. She's the one who got me started into Harry Potter, now that I think about it. But yes, that was the time I was really into literature. Nowadays, I barely have time to read, so I read other types of literature now, like articles. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I have a crush on you. You're gonna be mine. I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And that Suki made cupcakes and everything. I'll go for food. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. That's a sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? That's the only reason why I'm going. Or 2, or 3, or 8. I'll just take the whole tray. Bye! Yes, let's go! To the club! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Is that another girl? I'm a boy? I'm a boy, guys. I am a Mel. I have the penis. I is man. According to this game. I don't know what a voice to give this girl. Seriously, you brought a boy? I'm gonna give her that voice because honestly, that's the only voice I can think of other than the one I had for the other girl. Way to kill the atmosphere. She's got a weird nose condition. She's Nugget in disguise. Hello again, Nugget. I didn't think I'd see you. Oh, Leftie, what a nice surprise. And she's gonna have Miss Applegate. Welcome to the club. Okay. You're all staring at me. You're all pretty. I like the one on the right the most. She's got the purple hair, and I like purple hair and purple eyes, so that's even better. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I'm gonna go with the girl on the right. She's the cutest. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. So sorry. Natsuki. Well, that's Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize, secretly Nugget. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. I nailed it though. Nugget starts with an N, Natsuki starts with an N. I got it. I know how this works. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear. Oh, that's Sayori. I'm an idiot. Sayori. I thought it was the other girl. Ah! You can just ignore her when she gets like that. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Yeah, I'll take Yuri. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. It's okay, girl, we'll hang out together, have a tea party, braid each other's hair, dye each other's hair purple. We'll be purple-haired twins. Oh, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika. Is that right? I think that's how you say it, Monika. That's right! It's great to see you again, Leftie. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league, and the complete opposite of me. Let me see, I'm a dummy-dumb. The last time I played a video game, I accidentally forgot to turn the sound back on for the audio of the game. So, yay, I'm intelligent. No, I said for the last one. Yeah. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Leftie. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Thank you. I love you, Yuri. Please, pour all the sugar on me. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, I guess that's that's the sound. That's the sound I went with. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn on with icing, and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki! Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika, and I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I guess I should have done that with my mouth full, but I didn't know. The text didn't come up until later. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite, but then realize the only way to eat a cupcake is by shoving all of it into my mouth in one go. That's how you eat a cupcake. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. I've got my mouth full of cupcake. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? Is that like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you know, you, dummy. Oh, it's okay. I am a big old dummy-dumb, so I can do that. Alright, I getcha. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Obviously, it's my fault. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess it does, Yuri. It also helps me enjoy you. You are beautiful to look at. I really do love you. And that little blush, and the purple eyes, and the hair clip, and the hair. I love her. I've already picked my soulmate. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you, Yuri. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? When does this thing get dark? I really want it to go 0 to 100 real quick. That's what the review said. Like I looked for it to see if it was a horror game, and the reviews and the comments were like, no, it goes 0 to 100 real quick. So I was like, okay, I'll try it out, see if it's scary. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. We've actually murdered all the other members, but you don't need to know that. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Well, I think books are nice. I just haven't been able to read anything for ages. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know, I can't do her voice now. Okay, hold on. You do it. There we go. I got her the right voice. I almost messed up with Natsuki there. I almost gave her Monica's voice. I got so stuck in that voice. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal, but I'm only interested in one. Yuri. Hi, Yuri. Yeah, keep looking at me like that. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these three. Maybe that's where they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with her level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Leftie, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half jokingly. Manga! That's a mutter. I did it quietly. Natsuki head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. For you, Yuri, I'll do anything. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. I actually do like fantasy books. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yes, horror. Let's do it. I read a horror book once. It was awful. I got a paper cut and everything. It was a terrible book. I desperately grasp something that I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It had things like, I like to write cute things on it. It looked like you were working on a poem called, Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Yuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
You certainly don't sound it. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
I'm not very confident writer yet. That was a question, but I just put it as a statement, and that's how it's gonna be. From now on, no question mark was there. Erase that from your mind. I Jedi mind tricked you.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Well, obviously Yuri does not want to share them. Look at the look on her face. Why did you do that, Monica? You've hurt my woman. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Ah, I wanted to read everyone's poem.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Leftie? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said that I would join this club. Sayuri must have convinced me to stop by, but I haven't never made a decision. That's never happened, but I'll probably stay if Yuri's here. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But
I'm sorry, I thought. Leftie.
You all, I am defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poem is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right! Or just my Yuri, honestly. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, knock it off. My Yuri is watching.
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. I did just come for the cupcakes, but Yuri was here, so it was all worth it. I got sweets and a sweetie. That makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembers tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Leftie, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Sorry, don't laugh. Yeah, of course, I'll express myself real good on paper. As much as I express myself really good by talking. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. I felt anxiety as soon as I woke up this morning. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Leftie, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, so Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yuri! Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Do I have to literally type out a poem? It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, you got it. She likes horror things right now. And fantasy. So pick words that I want to use. Entropy. I don't even remember what that word means. I am not a very good person when it comes to stuff like that. How about... I want to pick words for my poem. Okay, I'm gonna take... what do I want to say? Empty. Empty something. Horror, of course. What's something else I want? Bubble, sunny, aura, captive. There we go. She liked it. She jumped. It was great. Flying, spinning, charm, milk, kitty, color, contamination. Yay! Yuri's super happy. Look at her jump up and down. Firefly, sing, universe, disown, grief. That's a good one. Oh, she likes grief. What the heck? Lucky, intellectual, wrath, determination, atone, imagination, despise, incongruent, nibble. Wrath? Yeah, she liked that. Childhood, cute, whistle, melancholy, fear. Oh, okay. Enemy, suicide, uncanny, melody, clouds, Valentine's, romance, unstable. I guess suicide? Okay, I'll do that one. That sounds scary, I guess. Uncontrollable or misery or agonizing. I guess we'll go with misery. Oh, she likes it. God, I keep getting the wrong kid, I think. I think that's what it's indicating when they jump. Heartbeat, hibbity, bunny, holiday, vibrant, forgive, philosophy, jumpy, whirlwind, whisper. I guess jumpy? Lollipop, chocolate, comfort, mouse, laugh, blanket, kiss, time. I don't know. Time. I'll hit time. Why not? Pout, destiny, pure, broken, insight, twirl, existence, nightgown, fireworks, broken. Meager, alone. I thought it was her that liked horror. Unrestrained, secretive, love, passion. Alone. Okay. Peace, memories, ambient, treasure, marshmallow. Death. There we go. Oh, well, what the heck? I keep getting the wrong girl. Incapable, socks, promise, extraordinary, pink. I don't want lazy. How about incapable? There we go. I got my Yuri to jump. Fickle, daydream, tragedy. Why do I keep getting you? Adventure, sensation, anxiety, anger, nature, silly rose. I'm gonna go with anxiety because that one fits me. And I got my Yuri to jump, so there we go. Vanilla, misfortune, tenacious, climax, scars, hair, fantasy, strawberry, pain. Pain? I was gonna go with scars or pain, and then I got that, so yeah. Fester, breeze, skipping, calm, fluffy flower, pleasure, ribbon, papa. Papa. Okay, fester. There we go. That got her. Frightening. There we go. I got her to jump a little bit more that time. I only really triggered 2 of the girls to be jumping. Like, one of them jumped twice, and then the other 2 were just jumping back and forth. Yuri and Sayori, I think it was. Hi again, Leftie. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. No. Oh. Sorry, that's me. No, don't worry. No, how my voice has changed. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Leftie. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
Oh, nothing's too overwhelming for you, Yuri. You are beautiful.
Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, God, wrong person.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack.
I am a Mel, that is right.
So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Ooh.
Natsuki found herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plots back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Leftie always gives it his best as long as he's having fun.
I'm always having fun because I am a Mel. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
I am dependable, Yuri. You can depend on me. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
Yes, be jealous, Yuri.
How come? You and Leftie can become good friends too.
Sayori? Everybody just stares at Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. It's not really weird though, because I love Yuri. I'll do it.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori.
Me? She brought me something? Oh, she knows it.
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind.
I really want it. Bring it to me.
Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what, Yuri. Just give it to me.
Give it to me, Yuri. Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
All right. Well, here.
It's a bleeding heart. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She's not accidentally being so cute, she just is. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I'll read it all the time. I'll be able to recite it to you tomorrow because I want you to like me. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. Yes, I am. But at the same time, I would feel really bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. It's her diary. She's given it to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. I see what happened here. You went to the bookstore especially to buy the book for me. I get it. I'm on to you, Yuri. It's okay. I like you too. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Just gonna save for a second, just to make sure nothing bad happens. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. I think I said that right. I don't think I did, but whatever. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Ah, she's going to murder me with a book. Good. I've always wanted to die by book.
alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere, but I'm good for it. Ah ha ha ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. That's her laugh. It's a horrible laugh, but I don't know how to give her a laugh.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Leftie?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy this kind of story, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so signed reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that these kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I love it when you ramble. You can ramble all day, Yuri. I have all my eyes on you. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. You can't talk my ears off, Yuri. I talk my own ears off. You're all good. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
Ah, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it then, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying, girl? I'll read it just for you. Can I read it to you? I'll just do that. Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, let's just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
We're gonna read together, Yuri, you and I, and then we will tell our children about how we met in book club, reading side by side. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Yeah, I get you. I apologize all the time, too.
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Yep, that's what I do. Here, this should work, right? I slam my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Or she said it or I said it, I don't remember. Just gave it my voice. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Sure, yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri! This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see you into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Leftie, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it like that, in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden?
I want to date you. Oh no, I was interrupted. Okay, everyone. I think that's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri excels spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. All right, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, do you remember to write a poem last night? Yep. My relaxation ends. Actually, I'm perfectly calm. I wrote a beautiful poem. I chose all the right words, I think. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri. 'Cause she is my girl. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Huh? What's that? My poem? Do you think I'm exceptional? Shall we go date?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
I guess she's thinking that somehow. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before.
Actually, for some odd reason, my book just magically showed me some words and I just had to pick a few. You should get a notebook like this. It's got magical abilities, apparently. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if it's breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together.
Okay.
The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammer is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. I do like it. I'm probably gonna get it, you know. I'll probably get it one day. I'm not very good with poems. I really don't like poems. Kind of seems like it's the last light of their life, I guess. I don't know. That's what it seems like to me.
I'm sorry if I have terrible handwriting.
What? That's actually pretty good handwriting. I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into Ghost, Yuri? I get hue. Now I'm just thinking of the lizard.
Actually, that story isn't about a ghost at all, Leftie.
Really? I didn't think it was. I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. I thought about something, but I wasn't 100% sure, and obviously I was wrong.
Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Leftie.
Oh, please do. Yuri, you always do the best for me. You don't even have to try, Yuri. You just look at me and it's the best. Me too. I obviously gotta get better with you. Okay, guys. So, I would like to get feedback from the other three, but I'm actually just gonna go ahead and save and come back to this later. I thought that I would get into the creepy stuff real quick, but apparently not. So I'm hoping something creepy starts happening soon. So yeah, that is Doki Doki Literature Club. It's basically just a text thing, so I'm reading all the voices and everything as we go. But I'm really, really looking forward to see what happens with this story. So I will check you guys later. Bye!